Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we take complex financial documents and make them as clear as a freshly wiped whiteboard. And let me tell you, our main company today changed its name so much you might need a new decoder ring. Today we are diving into Kirkland's Inc.'s latest filing, but get this, they are no longer Kirkland's Inc. We'll break down exactly what happened behind the scenes and what it means for you. So the earliest event reported happened on July 24th, but the report itself landed on the 28th of July in 2025. This is basically a look at a very important shareholder meeting that just happened. Right, Kirkland's Inc. is the company in question and they're based in Tennessee. You might know them from their stock ticker KIRK on the NASDAQ. Now this filing is all about some pretty big changes. The first major news is that they officially declassified their board of directors. Think of it this way. Before this, only a portion of the board was up for election each year. Now all directors will be elected annually by the shareholders. This generally gives shareholders more say and makes the board more accountable. It became official on July 25th, 2025, but the really splashy news is the company's name change. Kirkland's Inc. is now officially the Brand House Collective Inc. They've also initiated the process to change their stock ticker symbol to TBHC, and that change is expected to kick in around July 29th, 2025. They say this name change doesn't affect your shares or how you transfer them, so no need to panic about your existing stock certificates. This next part is crucial because Section 5507 tells us exactly what happened at that shareholder meeting on July 24th. The shareholders voted on several key proposals. Let's look at the voting results. For the declassification of the board, out of over 11.8 million shares voted, there were just over 35,000 votes against it, which is a pretty small number of dissenters. Next up, they elected 5 directors for a 1-year term. Then came a vote to increase the number of shares available under their stock incentive plan. This is like giving the company more room to award stock options or grants to employees. Over 11.6 million shares were voted in favor of this. And finally, we have the big one, the name change itself. Proposal 5 is the shareholder approval for the name change to the Brand House Collective Inc. Look at this, a massive 14.9 million shares voted for this change with only about 826,000 against. This shows overwhelming support for the rebranding. They also voted on executive compensation and it looks like it was approved on an advisory basis. So shareholders gave a thumbs up to how the top executives are paid. And to wrap it up, they ratified the appointment of Ernst & Young LP as their independent auditor for 2025. Over 15.8 million votes were in favor of this. Pretty standard procedure to ensure the books are checked by an outside firm. Then we have item 8.01, which mentions a press release on July 28th, touting the name change and a new store opening. Always good to see a company expanding. And in the exhibit section, they've attached the actual legal documents for these amendments. What's the story here? Kirkland's is rebranding. This isn't just a cosmetic change. It signals a potential shift in strategy or a desire to shed any old associations. Changing the name to the Brand House Collective suggests they might be aiming for a broader portfolio or a more consolidated brand identity. The declassification of the board is generally seen as a corporate governance positive, giving shareholders more direct control. The overwhelming support for these changes at the shareholder meeting underscores management's success in communicating their vision. Now you might be wondering about the financials, the nuts and bolts. While this specific filing, an 8K, is more about reporting significant events like name changes and shareholder votes, it doesn't contain the detailed financial statements like a quarterly or annual report. However, the moves themselves imply a certain strategic direction that shareholders are backing. A name change like this often comes on the heels of a period of restructuring or a new growth phase. It's a signal to the market that the company is evolving. Investors will be watching closely to see how this new brand identity translates into sales and profitability numbers in their next financial filings. The fact that they feel the need to change their name and are also opening new stores indicates they likely believe they are on a path to recovery or significant growth following any prior challenges. The support for increasing the stock incentive plan shows they are focused on retaining and motivating talents as they push forward with this new direction. My take on this is that the company is taking a decisive step to reposition itself in the market. The name change from Kirkland's to the Brand House Collective is a strong statement. It suggests a move away from potentially dated associations and towards a more modern, perhaps more diversified identity. The declassification of the board is a governance enhancement that should be welcomed by investors. However, the real test will be in the execution. Will this new branding resonate with customers? Will it lead to improved financial performance? They have the shareholder backing for these changes, but now they need to deliver results. The success of this rebranding will depend on their ability to execute their strategy effectively and clearly communicate the value of the Brand House Collective to their customers. What's your take on this massive rebranding and the governance changes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more of these deep dives into what really matters in the corporate world. And hey, join our Discord channel for even more community discussion. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.